Well, g'day everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Prestige Liquids. My name's Andrew, and today we are continuing on with the Australian Whisky Advent Calendar. Alright, that's enough of the forced, painful Aussie accent. You don't need to hear any more of that. Yes, as I had mentioned, my name is Andrew. This is Prestige Liquids, and today we are continuing on with day 3 of the Australian Whisky Advent Calendar, put together by White Possum. Now, I believe in the first episode of this, I made the mistake of calling these guys here some drunken kangaroos. They're not. These are actually some tipsy possums. So now that that's out of the way, let's get a crack on and see what is behind day number 3. Day 1 and 2 were some really fantastic samples, and I can't wait to see what we have here. Another good one. Alright, awesome. And again, one I have not tried. Now, this one here is a Victorian whiskey. I have reviewed some of their products before. So this particular bottling comes from Chief's Son Distillery. I believe that they are on the Mornington Peninsula in Victoria. If I'm wrong, please, I'm sure there'll be someone that will correct me, and I'll put the correct information there in the description down below. So this expression is the Tanist. Alright, got the planes flying over as always, and as I mentioned in the first 2 videos, since these reviews are more so just to focus on the actual whiskey itself, I don't really have too much information in regards to cask type, age, and all that kind of thing, so I'll be putting all that extra information down in the description box down below. I have also created a playlist for the Advent Calendar series this year, so I'll also link that in the description. That way, once it's all done, you can find all the episodes in one easy to find location. I'll also put in a link to my Chief's Son playlist as well. I think there's about three other reviews in that set. So alright, let's see what we've got. I'm very excited about this one. I've been wanting to try it for some time, and I have only heard good things about it. So bottled at 43% ABV, and as mentioned, the distillery is located in Victoria. So let's get on with the tasting and let's see what we get. So on the nose. Okay, so yep, this is definitely Chief's Son whiskey. It has their profile there. So imagine, this is probably one of those distilleries that we have that produce a whiskey that's very close in style to a Scottish Speyside. It's very like grain and malt forward on the nose. Typical orchard fruits, apples, pears, honey and vanilla. It has a very clean, fresh nose. Very malty, dusty. It kind of smells like an old leather-bound book. What else? It's also quite nutty. I'm getting quite a lot of like peanut notes, almond, macadamia. There's a bit of a salty sea breeze coming through, which could have something to do with the distillery location. I believe they are a coastal distillery, so you would expect some of that salty influence to come through. Quite earthy as well. But yeah, I'll leave it at that for now on the nose, and we'll move along to the palate and see what we get. So far so good. Let's hope this flavor continues. ABV balance, perfect. Mouthfeel is a little bit thin. Unfortunately, that's most likely coming down to the ABV level, but it's bordering. It's like on the borderline of stepping up into like the next level of like mouthfeel, but it just feels short. It has a little bit of texture there, but it's not quite there. Like I said, it all, yeah, it's a little bit thin, but that, at least that doesn't take away from the flavor. Again, a very multi-profile. Apples, pears again, so your orchard fruits. I'm also getting a little bit of like a orange rind. I'm not too sure about this particular release, but I know Chief Sun have released a peated whiskey before, so I'm also getting a little bit of a peaty note. So this could be, it could have a little bit of a light peat influence coming through. If not, then it's definitely some really nice barrel char coming in. The oak influence that I'm getting now is actually very enjoyable. It's quite soft. It's a very soft oaky note without being too dry or too overpowering. The oak is definitely very well integrated with the ABV of the spirit and also the malty characteristics. It has a very gentle black pepper note, but otherwise, besides that, I would say that is the main feature of the palette. It doesn't really have a lot going on with it at the moment. I'm unfortunately only having a 30 ml sample of it. It is hard to get a proper read on it without having a full bottle to be able to fully explore. But this will give you a pretty decent indication of what to expect for this particular release. The finish, again, very soft. It doesn't throw anything unexpected at you. Very much the same flavor profile that you would be getting from the nose and the palate. The only thing that I would say now that I'm getting is that the honey note is a lot more prominent. It is a sweeter finish, and I am now also starting to get hints of milk chocolate as well. So I'm glad that there is something else there to kind of diversify the profile a little bit more. Uh, and if you really search for it, there is also like a hint of smoke that's coming up as well. So let's say it definitely has some very interesting notes. Um, Whether this is something that I would go out and purchase, I probably would, maybe not so straight away. There are probably other things that I would rather go for. Say for example the Florio Jabberwocky that was in here. I would definitely love to get my hands on a bottle of that. But again, but that's not to say that this is a bad whiskey at all. This is another really nice release from Cheap Sun, and I still look forward to trying more from them as well. They do have a really good lineup of products. So I'm going to leave it at that. Please, if you have not done so already, please make sure that you subscribe to the channel. You'll really be helping the channel grow, and also to help just spread more awareness about these amazing Aussie whiskies that we have down here. The rest of the world needs to know what we have. So that's it. My name is Andrew, and I'll see you all again on the next video. KIPPIS.